my atmosphere was like that women cannot do some things. They are like domestic animal, like that. I will talk about only skydiving, because skydiving is expensive sport. Plus, it's dangerous also. Means as per those people who never tried, who try, they know that how safe it is. Because I will say, it is safer than walking on the street. Once you overcome it in younger age of your life, you feel more confident in your older age. Prime Minister of India, this last 7 years, I have done so many tantrums that I did skydiving with greeting card, wish you happy birthday, Prime Minister Modi ji. Please give me appointment. Then also I have not got the appointment. I don't know why. Indian woman who wants to do skydiving or who want to face the fear, please join me and we can do wonders, together.
A very warm welcome to all of you who are joining us on this conversation at O. Our guest today is an extreme sports person, somebody who's a holder of 8 world records in sports. She's a trainer who dons the hat of a researcher, of a teacher, and also researcher. She was awarded the Padma Shri in 2012, of course, India's top civilian honor. We're really happy to have you here on this conversation, Shital Mahajan. Thank you so much for coming here. Let me actually just start off with, how women in sports, it's something that in a traditionally patriarchal society like India is not seen as a connection, as an obvious connection, but we've had some amazing women make our nation really proud. So keeping with that, I was just thinking, let me just first welcome you, and thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. All right, so so we've heard your story, and obviously during this conversation, the audience will also get to have a sense of the work you've done, the achievements you've had so far, and how proud you make us. So when you set that record as the first woman in the world to ever perform a free fall jump over South Pole, right? Just tell us a little more about that.
My name is Shital Mahajan. I'm a skydiver, and I have done skydiving on North Pole and South Pole and all 7 continents. I'm the only woman in the world who has done skydiving on all 7 continents and North Pole. Now next goal is all 7 wonders, maybe. And so when I did my first jump, I wanted to do something different in my life, because my atmosphere was like that women cannot do some things. They are like domestic animal, like that. As long as handling a household stuff, we can balancedly, we can do stuff out of the home. We can manage our home ourselves. So I wanted to prove my point that if I'm a girl, that doesn't mean that I cannot go out of the home and work, and that will imbalance my house. Right. And my atmosphere was like that you're a girl, you cannot do this or you cannot do that. And more in my family also, culture was like, your brother he's a boy and he has good life ahead. Then as a girl, you have very less fortunate life, that you, after marriage, you have to take care of your kids or your house. So you don't need that education or something like that. That thought process was there. So my father and mother was not that, I will say, knowledgeable that what our girl child should do. But as soon as we started getting grown up, jaise bade ho gaye, and then my father also understood that my daughter wants to do something. And then I told my father, after going home, fine day, that I want to do skydiving over North Pole. My father said, in our whole generation of 7 generations, nobody even sat in the aircraft. You want to jump from that, and that over not any normal place. It's like abnormal place, which is North Pole, and where temperature is minus 40, 50 degrees Celsius, and also there is no land. It's a frozen Arctic Ocean, and there you want to do your first jump. My father said no. In fact, my mother also said no for that. And then it took me almost 1 year to convince them.
Right. Okay.
Whatever I am doing, it is not normal, but it is not wrong. It's right.
Right.
Where some woman has to take that step to prove the world that what women can do, especially what Indian women can do in adventure. So why not me? And if some other girl from India go for the same record to achieve, what we will do, not from India, any other country, we will clap for her. Then why we can't do as an Indian woman, why I can't do that? And if someone from India has to do that, then why not me? And why not your daughter? Then my father was like, okay. He was like, okay, I will give a thought. And then he got convinced that, but he got convinced because he understood that point that this, whatever thing my daughter wants to do, it's right. It's not, you know. And when he understood that if I do that skydiving on North Pole without any training, that will set a mark for Indian women, that what Indian women can achieve in adventure. Then he was like, he was more excited than me. And he was like, you go ahead, I will be there for you. And he was there with me till last year, 4 August, till his demise. And but
so sorry to hear that.
Me throughoutly.
Right. No, this is brilliant. Just to have parents who can be supportive, I think it's fascinating.
Yeah.
But tell us, Shital, a little bit about how did you get started with this? Like, as they say in Hindi, right? Keeda kaise laga? How did you first think that this is what I want to do?
I tried my luck in drawing, painting. Then I was a state level swimming player, then a state level table tennis player, and in school also I tried some sports. Then I was not getting that feeling that, okay, I'm born for this, you know. And one fine day when I met one of my friend's brother, Squadron Leader Kamal Singh Obad, and I saw his photograph.
Yeah.
He's doing skydiving on Antarctica. Squadron Leader Kamal Singh Obad, his name was. And I was like, okay, I read it. I saw his photographs and I got to know his my friend's brother. But one day I saw his photograph on national newspaper headline. He has done something great. And what was that great thing? That he became first Indian who did skydiving on North and South Pole.
Okay, so you were like, I want to be the first woman to do it. Fantastic.
That spark came, and I told him, I went to my friend's house and I told that I want to meet your brother and I want to do this. She was like, okay. And we just went. I was in 11th, you know, and at that age, you don't know what to do exactly, what dream you want to follow. So that was a random dream. And I never thought that I will pursue skydiving as a career. And then at that time, I asked him, if you can be a first Indian man to do that, why I can't be first woman? And he was, okay, I will support you. And he said, okay, I will support you. But he took 1.5 years to tell me the story behind his success, you know. Then one fine day he invited me after 1.5 years that were come to my today we are having this session, live session. He invited me for that, and he showed one video. And in that, one aircraft came, and then one door opened, and some people jumped from that, and they landed over Antarctica. That took my heart. That moment I took a decision that this is what I want to do in my life.
Wow.
But to make that in real, I was not knowing what kind of hurdles I have to go through. Then for first hurdle was my hurdle. I will not say hurdle, but the challenge was to convince my family, my father, mother. Then second challenge was to get the money from the sponsors.
Right.
Then also the third challenge was to get the society's approval that what Indian women can do. Some people even my friends in my college said that isko marne ke liye koi jagah nahi mili, isliye she's going to North Pole, you know, like that. Some people said she can jump from anywhere, you know. You just tell her because she's just like she's mad, she's crack, she's crazy. But when I completed North Pole, then everyone started saying that we proud of you. You know, that thing changed. Like 180 degree change, Celsius is changed. Right. I was expecting the same thing, but fourth challenge was to convince government.
Okay.
Because
how was that? Tell us a little more about that experience as well.
Actually, when I did my first jump on North Pole, like if this is Earth, and
Right.
Earth rotates.
Right.
So this top point is North Pole, and
Right.
this bottom point is South Pole.
Right.
So when I went to North Pole, on 18th April 2004, I did my first jump without any trial, first jump over the North Pole, and that was a static line jump. Means as soon as you jump out of the aircraft, there is one static line which is attached in aircraft, hooked in aircraft, that opens your parachute after almost 20 feet or 25 feet later. As soon as you jump out of the aircraft, it opens your parachute automatically. So I jumped out of the aircraft, and I landed. I did my successful jump, and I came back to India so proudly that, okay, I did my first jump on North Pole. I'm first woman in the world who did skydiving on North Pole without any training. And when I came with the certificates in India, I went to sports ministry in Delhi. I said that this is my certificate, and I'm first Indian to do that, first Indian woman who did that without any training. They said, so what? We cannot recognize you. This is not, activity is not recognized by sports ministry. That is part of armed forces. You please go to armed forces. Right. I went to armed forces in Indian Air Force office in Adventure Cell. They said that you're a civilian. We cannot help you. And they are also right. So I was in a sandwich situation that Air Force is saying we cannot help you. Ministry of Sport and Youth Affairs saying that we cannot help you. So I was like, who is in right position to help me out? That time I got to know that adventure sports comes under sports ministry in youth affairs, and they have one tiny section where is adventure section. In adventure there are 3 sections: air, water, land. In air section there are 17 different disciplines. In that one section is skydiving.
Okay.
So they're not even bothered. Okay, there must be something skydiving, and actually in India we don't have awareness right now. So I'm talking about 17 years back. Right. So when some officers who were appointed there, they were not interested to take that proposal ahead. That okay, you're first Indian, or you did something great. So somebody suggested, why don't you talk to our present President of India, who was APJ Abdul Kalam sir. Okay. And I went to meet him. I showed him my all the videos, photos, and everything. I said that, sir, I'm not getting justice for my achievement. Can you please help me out? He took my certificate and he gave me autograph, and he said that I'm President of India signing on this, and this I recognize you. Wow. My name for national award. Wow. I was so shocked, and that was a big push I got from government and as a President of India from APJ Abdul Kalam sir. And then after that, things started moving.
Right. Fantastic. Overall, how do you see, adventure as a concept in India, adventure sports as a concept in India? Do you think it's something that's now being accepted, especially in the larger context of the society, or is it something that's still only limited to very few people who get it?
Still say very few, because I will talk about only skydiving, because skydiving is an expensive sport. Plus, it's dangerous also. As per those people who never tried, they know that how safe it is. Because I will say it is safer than walking on the street. Because we have fewer accidents than walking on the street. They have accidents. Yeah. And skydiving is not that popular in our country, especially. People wants to do the skydiving, but they prefer to go out of India because they feel Indian trainers are not that trustable. First, I have my skydiving academy in India, and they prefer that, okay, we will do skydiving with you, but can you organize that for us out of India, anywhere in any country? So I do that also, but very soon we are starting in India, and we got all the clearances. But it took almost 10 to 15 years almost for the making government there are some officers who were not aware of it. Then when we got good team in government, some people got transferred. Then now new government came. Then new government came, new people came. So it took almost 5 to 6 years for us after this new government came. And but positively, we got all the support from government now.
Tell us about your Phoenix Skydiving Academy. It's nearing about a decade now.
Yeah.
How is it going? How is the response been?
Right now, actually, it will be decade next year. Means 2022, we will complete 10 years. And I organize only groups who means kids who are interested to pursue this sport. Very serious matter. So I got one question from that why don't I prefer to work with fun jumpers, means who wants to do skydiving as a fun part, why you who wants to do it professionally, this sport, like why people I mean, why you're looking for a people or students who wants to do this sport as a serious professionals, because the more time I will spend for fun jumpers, if I use that time for the professionals, I can make my own Indian team and I can represent our India in World Championships. Yes, we in skydiving we have means just like we in a cricket we have World Cup, we have 2020, we have Kasoti. There are different type of matches, and there are Olympic games. We have US Open Championship or tennis. Like Wimbledon, we have like that. We have for aero sports, especially we have all. There are 13 sports. We have international matches, championships. We there are available in the world, and that means I will. Okay, I will tell you another way. For sports which are played on ground, for them we have Olympic Association. Under Olympic Association of we have many sports which we can compete in Olympics, but our ground is sky.
Okay. Yes.
For us, we have FAI, Federation of Aeronautic International, which is parallel to Olympic Association. They are parallel. They have offices in same building in Switzerland, second floor and third floor.
Okay.
Are recognized by each other, like Olympic Association recognize FAI, and there's for aero sports, for sports which are played in air, in sky, I will say, for them we have FAI, and under FAI we have 13 sports: paragliding, skydiving, paramotoring, hot air ballooning, drone. There are many. Right. So in that one of sport is skydiving, and all sports which are under FAI comes, they have all competitions. Championships. So in skydiving also we have yearly championships, 2 year or 3 year we have world air games. Every 2 years we have World Cups, and in US we have regional championships. We have US Open Championship. So there are matches, competitions keep happening, and I want to focus on those kids or those youngsters who wants to come in that team. Right. Not focusing on fun jumpers of who wants to do skydiving for a fun and forget about it afterwards, because I will be investing same number of time for the fun jumpers also, and people who wants to do it as a professionals.
Right. No, makes sense. But tell me something. What's been the response, especially from women? Are there categories for women? And since you're a woman yourself, a mother, how do you think we can, bridge this gender gap? How do we bring more women into an activity like this?
Especially in skydiving, there is no gender bias out of India. I have seen the bias, but I will say it's the gap is getting filled up, but still there are only 3 or 4 Indian women who are part of skydiving community right now. Youngsters are coming up, but it's expensive sport. So some parents think that, okay, beta, after marriage, you think of skydiving, or some kids, some parents are saying, okay, if you want to pursue skydiving as a career, then first earn that amount of money, and from savings you can do it. So youngsters who wants to do it, since the college time or till they do the job, they are getting suffered right now. So that's the reason I opened my skydiving academy, which is Phoenix Skydiving Academy. It's a charitable trust, and I wanted to take those kids who have the spark, from the rural area or urban area, anything, from city or anywhere. But my academy also didn't get the right amount of the benefits, or I would say donations. So I'm also having some restrictions to support these kids. But soon, actually, Government of India is saying that soon we will get the funds. So I have some list of kids who can be a face of India in coming years competitions.
Yeah.
So let's see.
Fantastic. There's also this question of having the right attitude also as a society, right? There are questions about India's education system, for example. How do you think that can be fixed? I mean, we know that most young people are still growing up with the same notions of either becoming a doctor or engineer and so on. But for an activity like this, which could be seen as a profession seriously, how do you think that gap can be bridged so that more young people could take to adventure sports as a profession?
Honestly, only government can make this wonder happen. Like, this is the biggest dream I will say I have, that every school should have a curriculum that, you see, every parent want that their kid should go for summer camp for adventures. Every summer, every year after school gets over, they have 2 months holiday. They has to go for horse riding or some camps, any adventure activity. Then why don't government add that activity one Saturday or Sunday of 1 month? Any month, like that will also boost their mental abilities. And when you accept any challenge, and when you overcome that fear of doing something, for doing climbing a rope and touching that highest point and coming back, gives you really good confidence. And that way, this young generation can build their more stamina. Also, their mental ability will grow. I feel that can help coming generation to be more confident. But if I get the chance to be a part of the system, I will change this one thing, that they should add sports and adventure activities in a school curriculum, so that if there are some kids who are interested to take the adventure as their career option in future, they will taste that fear in their childhood only, like that.
Right. No, makes sense.
And once you taste your fear, once you overcome it in younger age of your life, you feel more confident in your older age.
Right.
Because that's what I can imitate from myself. Like, I did my North Pole jump without any training or not. When I was 20. And now I feel more confident. I can jump from anywhere. There are some people who ask me, can you just do a demo jump here? Government of Goa, we were supposed to jump next month. We're jumping there. They said, can you jump here? I said, just give me any platform from I can exit.
Okay.
Like that.
Fantastic. This is brilliant.
So this confidence has come because I have tried that thing very young age. Right. So if we want our young generation to be confident, that confident, then we should pursue these activities from younger age.
Right. No, this is fantastic. Let's get your views on sports infrastructure in general. Every time during Olympic season, there is conversation about sports infrastructure not being a priority. How do you think we are moving as a nation in that direction? You think we're making some progress? Is the infrastructure improving, or like can ordinary people think of taking sports as a career?
Not ordinary, but some level, like I will say, some cream people can think of it. Ordinary, I will say, who are from village or from who are not that fortunate to have these facilities. Right. If I'm from any outskirt, like if I don't live in city area, if I'm from any outskirt area or any village, I need to go to city.
Right.
Well, and then I have to find a trainer. Then I have to find the association for any. I'm talking about any particular game. For my sport, it's very difficult, more difficult because we don't have. We have association, but on the one office we have in Delhi, so we have to go to Delhi every time. So I'm talking about the all. Considering all the sports, we need those people who don't have facilities in their villages or their those areas. They need to find out that activities where they can go easily. Easily is not available right now. I think government is saying that we are starting Khelo India and everything, but that has not reached to the root.
Right. No, I totally understand. Now, yeah. No, but then the obvious question is how do you sustain a profession like this? So what is the? So at least some people who are able to make it in this field, especially say if you're somebody into adventure sports, do you find sponsors? How do you sustain yourself financially?
For my sport, especially, I will say my husband's credit card, my father's credit card, or my father-in-law's credit card.
That's heartbreaking.
If the sponsors don't show up, then three of these come up. And then there's like, okay, you complete the task, like that. And once my father has mortgaged the house, he was like, when I was doing my Antarctica expedition, that cost me almost 1 crore, more than 1 crore. And we got 80 lakh rupees sponsors, and it was not, we were short of 20 lakhs. My father said, I want you to stop your this dream. You just go ahead. I said 20 lakhs. From where I will get this 20 lakhs? He was like, you just go with the flow. I will manage the money. And within the 4 days, I got a check. He was like, I have mortgaged the house, and you just continue your dream. Right. And I did it. I after that, some people helped me out to manage that loan, but with the family support, it was not possible. And right now also, my husband, in 2018, I wanted to go to US Open Championship for skydiving championship. And I wanted to go because there was no Indian who was supposed to participate, and especially there was no Indian woman. So one of my American friend, Indian American friend, said that why don't you participate? You have chances to get the medal. So I said, I don't have a training. He said, just come over. I will help you out to get the right trainer, and we will train you. I said, okay, fine. Then let's plan it. And we planned it, and it was costing me around 4.5 lakhs.
Wow.
And I asked Tata's, they sponsored me ticket, and some people helped me out. Some sponsors came up like 50,000, 1 lakh rupees, but the rest of the 2.5 lakh rupees was paid by my husband's credit card.
Oh my God, that's heartbreaking. But then what's the way forward then? I mean, so for example, we as a society, we would love to see more and more people get into this field, right? More and more people try adventure sports, but if there is no way to sustain yourself, how will somebody do it professionally? How do you earn any livelihood?
Yeah, actually, one more thing I want to mention from last question, that some people in America, we have Indian communities like Maharashtra Mandal, or like in the Marathi communities or Hindi communities or Telugu association, like that we have Maharashtra Mandal. From that, some Maharashtrian people, my friends came together, and for competition participation, I was not having a suit. I participated in wingsuit flying. So I was renting a suit. So some of my friends came together, and they got $3,000 contribution, and they bought the suit for me, and they said, now you can go and participate with your own suit. And that suit is like tricolor flag.
Wow, nice. Okay.
So yeah, and if someone wants to come in this sport as a professional, I will say they really need to do right now, at least do money expenses from their pocket, and for getting trained. But after getting trained, you can do coaching. Not in India right now. I will say next 3 years at least. We need, I will say, for generation who wants to come in skydiving as a professional, they need to find sponsors or they need to spend money from their own pocket to become a professional. Once they are professional, once they become a coach, they can do coaching out of India and earn their living,
Right.
And
That makes sense.
adventurous life is, especially skydiving adventurous life is not 9 to 5 job.
Right.
So,
I
and
hear
it's
you.
people based. So if in America you can work 5 to 6 months, then you have to go another country for another season. Like that rotating life. If you are ready to live that kind of life, then you can come in this field.
Totally makes sense.
So
Yeah. Let's talk a little.
question that, do you really think my son should go for this sport? I said, then I advised them, please let him finish his education, whatever engineering, doctorate, or anything, whatever he's doing, let him start his job.
Right.
After joining job, you can think of it, because we are 40 years behind in this sport. Because 40 years before, America was in this state.
Right.
But
Wow.
right now in America, they have 50,000 plus skydiving drop zones, and they are working very well. So in India right now, we are having only 1 or 2, but they are not working 365 days a week. They work on weekends.
Right.
But only for fun jumpers they are working. And instructors who are working there, some are Indians, some are foreigners. So I don't want to lie to my any audience or anyone, because it will take
No,
time.
these are the realities. Absolutely. These
These
are
are
the
the
realities.
realities, and if anyone wants to come, you have to work outside of India to get the job in skydiving, especially right now in this situation.
Yeah. Now, tell us a little bit about your own journey, especially after you got a Padma Shri. So now you have the nation that recognizes your achievements. Does that then make your journey a little easier? And you think you getting an award after that, some things changed for you?
Nothing changed, but it's a big honor from Government of India that it's a recognition, and yeah, it's something has changed in government, that I have got the respect from the government, and they have recognized my achievements and they gave me Padma Shri. But though I'm a Padma Shri awardee, I wanted to meet President of India or Prime Minister of India. Since last 7 years, I have not got the appointments. So there are no benefits.
So dear Government of India, if you can hear this conversation, please figure out an appointment for a
To meet
Padma Shri winner.
Prime Minister of India, since last 7 years, I have done so many tantrums that I did skydiving with greeting card, wish you happy birthday, Prime Minister Modi ji. Please give me appointment. Then also I have not got the appointment. I don't know why. Then I wrote a letter, big letter, that what are my achievements after Padma Shri. And then 2018, I have got Sabya Goksen gold medal from FAI. I become first Indian woman to get that medal. First Indian to get that medal from FAI was JRD Tata sir. In 1984, he got that medal.
Wow.
After that, second Indian, means 32, after 32 years later, I was able to get some medal for India, and I wanted to show that medal, but I didn't get the appointment.
So let's just say that you get an appointment with our sports minister and also our prime minister, and then they give you a blank check of what you can do, whatever recommendations you make. They promise you that they will implement those. What would your asks be? What would be your demands?
I will say that I want one aircraft which can drop at least 15 to 20 people at one time, and we want that number of to drop 15 to 20 people from aircraft. We need at least a 20 number of parachutes. So that number of parachutes, please make it available, so we can start India's biggest skydiving drop zone, where we can train students, we can do fun jumping, also we can do everything under one roof.
Wow.
We can create Indian team with low cost.
Yeah.
If that aircraft is subsidized also, then we can offer whole world low cost skydiving facility.
Fantastic. So if the government of India, if you're listening to this conversation, please make the right moves. We as a nation
Many
are.
people in India has aircrafts and which we can use, or helicopters also. They have helicopters which we can use those for skydiving, but those are very expensive to take on rent and make it, these things possible. So if government comes in, then I will say I have a team of kids who want to get trained, and the training for one person till professional means competition level cost almost 40 to 50 lakhs. So if I want to train five, I will say 10 kids,
Right.
5 CR. Otherwise, they can sponsor this 10 kids. We will represent India in next 3 years.
Yeah, no, this is fascinating. I want to ask you one slightly tricky question, because so you are an Indian. You have been recognized by the Indian government, by the Indian state. But you have to spend a lot of time globally. You spend time abroad. And for a sports like yours, for an activity like yours, you, to a large extent, you're dependent on international infrastructure, on other foreign locations. Have you ever faced any discrimination or challenges because you come from India? And then I'll also ask you a question about how has it been for you to be a woman? Is that also a challenge that gets thrown into this equation?
No, never. Actually, I got welcomed in America many times. When I got a Padma Shri and I was doing training in USA with my husband also was there, and I got some of my training was instructor. Actually, few instructors were from US Army, and he said that we are proud that to see that there is Indian woman who's trying to pursue career in skydiving, and they suggested me some courses, to do means in skydiving we have competition, so we need judges also. So they suggested me, why don't you become a coach? Why don't you become an instructor? Why don't you become a judge? That will give you a source of income, like that. And they also give me guidance that where I can do my courses. And I have seen people more welcoming, but I have seen one place in Thailand. I was doing my sari jump. I did skydiving wearing Indian sari, and one of the instructors said that no, you cannot jump with your Indian sari. I said, why I can't? He is like, what if get unwrapped? Agar, that will be disaster. So we will not let you jump. But then there was one of my old instructor from Finland was there, UC, and he interfered and he let them allow. But that was the only thing I felt. But I never felt that. But I felt everywhere they are welcoming when more women are coming in the spot, and we have Sky Sisters community. So in that we support it. So even that I want to do it for India, Indian women who wants to do skydiving or who want to face the fear, please join me and we can do wonders, together.
Oh, fantastic. Just one last question before we wrap up. How do you think is the future of India in this sport? What's your message for younger people who are listening to us?
Now I will go a little deeper. Okay. I did skydiving on North Pole, then I did skydiving on South Pole. Then people started thinking, oh, it was so easy. It was not easy. My journey was having so many ups and downs, emotionally, family-wise, everything, financially. That time I was doing my graduation. I got failed in my exams. And then also I never stopped. I was knowing what was my goal. I wanted to complete my North Pole first. Then I completed North Pole. Then I completed South Pole. Every time I planned one thing, I completed. In that process, whenever any hurdle came in my life, I overcome by having a confidence that, okay, agar aaj raat hai, right now if it is a night, day will come, sun will rise and we will have a day. Like that, I was having a confidence. Like then North Pole, I did my North Pole, South Pole. My father said, okay, now North Pole, South Pole is done. Your dream has come true to jump on both the poles. That was you planned. And I said, yes, but right now North Pole, South Pole is done. But there is a big goal that I want to represent India in skydiving. He was like, this was not part of the game. So he said that, okay, you do everything, but not now. You you do your marriage. After marriage, you can do anything. And that was my age to get married in 24, 25. So I called my husband on marriage thing, and we got married. And I told him before only that I will marry you, but you have to support me after marriage also for my skydiving. He was more happy than me that, okay, you continue skydiving, I will support you for everything, but we will do skydiving together, and we got married because he also did one skydiving, one jump in Finland. Actually, he is Finland based. So I wanted to marry an NRI. You know why? Because there was no skydiving available in India. So I told my father, I will marry anyone. You say just any guy, and I will marry him. But he should not say that I should sit in the home and take care of the babies and do the household stuff. I will manage everything, my house also and babies also and everything. But I want to do skydiving, continue the skydiving after marriage also. My husband was, when I met my husband, he was more supportive for that. After marriage, when I blessed with the twins.
Oh, wow.
Then, after twins, life is more challenging. You don't have one kid, we have two. So my husband used to take care of my kids and I used to go for skydiving.
So sweet.
All the babysitting, and youngsters, I will say that if you don't support your partner cannot do anything. That's what my husband did for me. This generation can do the same thing. If you want your wife to do something better in your life, you need to support her. And if I want my husband to do something in his life, then I need to support him. It's vice versa. And family we can build together. It's not one person's job. So now he has taken responsibility of kids. Whenever I go out of house, he is the mother and father both.
Yeah, wow, fantastic.
So this generation has to understand this balance can come in your house if you think that way. And North Pole, South Pole, marriage, kids, everything is done.
Yes.
But I became an instructor and I went to US. My husband was there and he was my first student.
Wow, fantastic.
Because initially he said that if you can do 5 jumps, I can do 8 jumps in one day. I said, let's do it together. And once he did the jumps, he became a skydiver, he got B license. Then he understood that how difficult it is to manage a life when you're doing skydiving or after skydiving, when you're doing coaching. So now when he came to my shoe, he know the clear picture. So be in each other's shoe, then you can know each other very well, And he understands me the way I want, and I understand him the way he wants me to be. So this generation should take the message, you have to understand. This will, it's not only about me and my husband. It was for my father also. It was for my in-laws family also. Initially my mother-in-law used to say that, why you're doing skydiving? You have kids now. You got Padma Shri. You have settled. Then now it's done. It's enough. Now she said that please go for somewhere, now Mount Everest is there due. So she's only encouraging me. Why don't you go and do that, like that? Because things have changed because the communication gap was there. Now there is no communication gap. If you convince your parents, though it's in-laws or your parents, you need to make them understand what is right, what is wrong. If you're not doing anything wrong, why somebody from your family will stop you?
Yeah, fantastic, Shital. This was a fascinating conversation. We're extremely inspired by what you've achieved, not just for yourself, for your family, but for an entire nation. And as we wrap up, keeping in line with the spirit of O, we have a small little gift for you. It's a piece of metal art by this young artist called Suraj. He runs a metal art studio called Crafty on Light.
Okay.
Of course, we are right now, we can't give it to you in person. So the team at O will be sending it across to you via courier.
Okay.
Thank you so much for joining us on this conversation, and please keep inspiring us.
Thank you so much for inviting me. Thank you so much.
Thank you.